Roger, Mudfossil University, going into the reason that there is no bones in mud fossils is because, let me just show you what we have here. You see that little spicule there, that little tiny white spic? That's all that's left of the bone. And that'll be gone, you know, it goes away in salt waters. Now this has been known for a very long time. This is obviously a bone head, and it's broken, but you can see in the inside, that's what's called source rock. That rock there it turns into petroleum and bitumens as it transitions, called sublimation. Now, this is what this is an article back in 1933, and now they want to try to make it seem like it's not true. It says, well, why may this contain mistakes? Well, it doesn't contain mistakes. It's from this article, Human Bones Dissolved in Salt Water of the Ocean, 1933. This is a Virginia Chronicle, Library of Virginia. Human bones dissolved in salt water of the ocean. Did you know that salty seawater dissolved the bones? Many old boats with metal fixtures of the past centuries have been found at the bottom of lakes and seas. There are no authentic cases of finding skeletons in these wrecks. Now, that's a long time ago they wrote that. They weren't lying back then. Now they want to make everything seem like it was silly. Alright, I just got this off the internet. People send these to me. I'm not sure who this person is, but thank you very much. That is an eyeball. This is a brain. There is no bones around it because bones dissolve. That's why we see these things. The casing of the brain dissolves right away. Now, bones that are very internal in the fleshy areas, that's a different story. As you saw, the one I have transitions into source rock, into petroleum. This is what happens to mud fossils because they are the fleshy things in the body that exist in that wetness of 7.2-ish salt water, and they live in that and they are fine in that, but bones do not live in that and they will dissolve in that. The arteries and the blood vessels and so forth, and even the blood is very happy. Eventually, though, it turns black and so forth. The deoxygenated blood, that's called FeO2, has that iron oxide blackness to it, and the red is FeO3 and has the other oxide, and I will show you how exquisitely they preserve when he cracked this open. This is my friend Gary Evans over in England found this in a mud flat, in a saltwater mud flat. Alright, this is before he cracked it open. Then he just broke it right open, and here's what's inside. I mean, it's literally didn't even know it was dead, some of this stuff. It's like, it says, well, you know, I'm a blood vessel. I don't do anything. Nobody talks to me. I don't talk to anybody else. You stay away from me. I stay away from you. That is its job, is to flow things through there like a glass tubing. Never does it interact. It's like inert. So it sees everything still around it at 7.2. It says, well, I'm good to go. I don't know. I think the guy must be sleeping or something. There's no blood coming by, but it's still 7.2. I'm okay. This is in an aqueous solution in water. And the one that Gary found apparently never came out of this condition. So when they stay like this, they're fine. But watch what happens when they don't stay like that. Now, I'm pretty sure, this goes back a year or two, Gary sent this stuff to me. But I think it was about a week or so. This is what happens, and this is the product of drying out. If it stays wet, it's happy. If it gets dry, it just turns into dust. Now, I got to tell you right now, I'm like Ripley's Believe It or Not. Now, I get this stuff 24 hours a day. People sending me things, and I'm not going to be able to respond real well, and people are yelling at me because I'm not responding well. I'm missing things, and I'm sorry, but I just got to go on with my life of doing things that I can't respond to everybody. I have 400 videos up there. People are commenting on all of them, and I have 3 different Facebook pages that I'm still allowed to post on. Anyway, this was a friend of mine, Phil Harris, down, I believe he's in Tennessee. He went out after just seeing my video, so I'm going to go out and take a look. It comes up this, he sees this, sees a little red spot, cracks it, blip, pops open, that's a heart. These are where the exchanges of the oxygen occur in the heart. It just cracks wide open. They do this. They have a seam in them. It breaks right open. And you see what this is. Now, in an hour or two, he said this happened. Hold on. Okay, this is what happens when oxygen gets into these things and they get exposed outside of their normal environment, encapsulated in their natural body, actually, which has been invaded by minerals. But blood chelates, they call it chelates, CH, chelates. Now, and I understand all that too, and that's what protects the DNA in the metal complex. The transition metal complex is the iron is surrounded by what they call ligands. They're molecules that hold it and surround it like a plastic bag, and whatever's in there is virtually indestructible, and in there is the hemoglobin and the DNA. Alright, this is a 36-inch wide hand, and that's the palm, and this, if you hold your own hand up, you'll see you have one of these running. That's a left hand, and that is the thumb. Fingers come off here. I have the thumb, I have the knuckles, a knuckle here and there, and I have a couple of fingertips. Now, this is what the fingertips look like. This one here did not erode. Oh, it's kind of heavy. And that is what the fingertips look like. And this was been CAT scanned. This is the bottom right there. Hope you can see that. There it is right there. That's the bottom. And it's, like I say, it's kind of heavy. Now, the other one that was CAT scan. That was CAT scan. This one was CAT scan and DNA tested. And you see that black pattern right there that you're looking at? That's a distal phalange. You should show it to any doctor, he'll understand it. On the right hand side, that is the vein, which does not blow out, that little tube. And there's no blowout on the side, you see that? Now the other one, that hole, that's the artery. And this one has blown out on the side because it's so eroded. And when it was in the ground, there must have been pressure to this side, and it exploded, because the other one did not explode. But you can see all the details. Now, I'm going to show you why I can say those are blood vessels. That's why I can say they're blood vessels. What happens here is, on one side or the other, and I don't know which is which, you will have a vein and an artery. One will bring the blood in the artery. It will filter through webs of vessels, and it will be sucked back down the vein to be recharged up in the heart. Now, let's say this is the artery. You can see it has holes on the sides and one at the tip, and they all have this. And I have better shots than this, but it's quite obvious. They have them on the side and they have them at the tips. The ones in the vein do not go, because they have little valves in them that say, don't let that blood blow out of there. The artery, you cut an artery, bloop, 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 it just gives, there's no restriction to an artery. The vein's a totally different situation. That was a finger I showed, and it was authorized, it was authenticated by the CAT scan, the DNA, and an autopsy anatomist. So anyway, Mudfossil University there's a ton of stuff up there about this. There's actually 400 videos up there now. Not all about mud fossils, not all about anatomy, not all about chemistry. It's about every single thing, because it's all related. Now, should anything happen to any of my information on Facebook or YouTube, you can still come up here, mudfossils.com or Mudfossil University. It's up on the internet and the web, and if you come up here, you will see this started back in 2012. It's research I started. Now, this is the DNA reports, and everything's here now. It's 3 years ago that DNA reports were done, over 3 years ago now, and that was 3 years of research before I got to that point. So it's been 6 years. It's time to have somebody, and now it's so everybody understands that is paying attention, that cares, and that is the key. It's hard to believe that the people that should care just don't seem to care. And I don't mean to belittle anybody, but I just can't believe that they're just not interested at all. This is very, very specific stuff. There's nothing here that isn't certified and has specimens and can be tested and is verified. It's a Homo sapien mitochondrial cytochrome B, Homo sapien mitochondrial D loop. And it was dense DNA, and there was negative controls were done, and it was very well done. And I know they won't accept any of this because they have chain of custody, this and who knows what of that. That's fine. The stuff is ready to be examined, and there are people that will do that, but someone has to be willing to examine those findings, and that is not what's been happening. So. Adrian, my emissary, We'll be heading overseas to make these presentations in a more receptive audience, I hope. We'll see. But it is quite well proven. All right, thanks. Here it is, Mudfossil University. We got 32,500. We're growing fast. There's all kinds about cart ruts and giants and tendons and all this stuff about our past. Come on up.